So congratulations to Naomi and her husband, Jimmy Uso. They've been married since 2014. Yeah, 2014 they've been married. They're having a baby. Congratulations. It's a little baby. As the WWE crowd on Raw said, Baby Uso. Baby Uso. Yeah, it won't be long before we start seeing Baby Uso merch. Shout out to Baby Uso coming. I think Jimmy and Naomi's been together since 2011. Go check out, they did an interview with Stephanie McMahon on Stephanie McMahon's podcast. I love seeing those two together. They're a fun couple, man. They're a fun, sexy couple. You know, like I said, they've been together since 2014. They've been married since 2014. There are very few couples I can look at today and say like, oh, they're very happy. Most of the couples I see that I know they've been together that long, they hate each other. they loathe each other. So whenever I see a couple they're laughing and joking and super sexy, man, that's like, I cheer for them because we don't see it that often. So shout out to them. They've been trying to have a baby for a long time. And I was always curious because during the pandemic, I thought they would have a kid. But what I didn't know was, and Naomi revealed this on the Stephanie McMahon podcast, there's been fertility issues. She had fertility issues. There was multiple surgeries, and Jimmy and Naomi thought they could never have a kid. They just thought they were done. So technically, they said this baby is a miracle because they were just out there having fun, kicking it. And then she ends up being pregnant. So it was a welcome surprise because they didn't think they would have a kid. Now, Jimmy already has 2 kids. And so Naomi's been a stepmom this whole time. But yeah, so this baby is a miracle. So I understand why she's leaving WWE for maternity leave now. Because she's only, at this point, probably now 8 weeks pregnant. And I understand because you don't want anything to happen. WWE has a very heavy schedule, and they flying around a lot. They fly around a lot. And I don't want anything to happen to her and the baby. Now, women fly all the time, but that's infrequent. And WWE has this packed schedule, and I don't want to see Naomi flying around and put her baby at risk. I'm sure Jimmy don't want to do this, wanted to go through the same thing. So we had to say goodbye to Naomi, and I'm torn by this. She's created such a great heel character with this whole caution thing. And even when she was making an announcement that she was pregnant, there was a young girl in the crowd and she was dressed like Naomi, because the whole caution thing, like, it's like caution tape, but you don't see it. It was like yellow caution tape and it's just black over. Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And I'm so torn by this because Naomi finally found the character. She's worked her way so much. She finally got to the top of the heat. She was at the top of the heat where she saw her sisters, not biological sisters, but her sisters in wrestling, Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, and Bayley reached the pinnacle, the top. She was a champ. Her face was now on the WWE buses going across the country. She finally reached it after all this time, and now she has to give it up to be a mommy. But to be honest, if you asked her what's important to her right now, being a champ or being a mommy, even though she's reached this success, I'm sure being a mommy is probably more important to her. So if you don't know the story about Naomi was Orlando Magic's dancer, decided to become a wrestler, joined WWE, and she worked her way up. And if you asked me like 5 years ago, what's the best way to describe Naomi, I would say cute, athletic, great body, great with the kicks. She got this booty move, so her booty knocks out everybody. She got a big booty, she just knocked everybody out, so she got that. But she never really had a character. She never had where Bayley and Sasha always had characters and they was kind of play around between being heels and baby faces. Naomi just never was able to find that thing. So a few years ago, Sasha Banks was in the WWE. She was there with Naomi. They became tag team champions, but they didn't like the storytelling. They didn't like what the writers was giving them. They had their own ideas. Say, hey, we got some ideas that can kind of help the women's division out. WWE said we don't like them. And Sasha and Naomi took a stand and left the company. And I don't think they felt like WWE said, okay, good. I think they felt like, okay, well, we're gonna walk away and then we'll work things out. But WWE didn't want them back. They had to vacate their belts. I thought they both was going to go to either TNA or AEW. Sasha, who was a fan of Japanese wrestling, ends up going to New Japan, changed his name to Mercedes Moné, became a champ over there. Naomi, she talked about this on Stephanie McMahon's podcast. It was tough for her because she didn't know what she was going to do. They took the stand, but she didn't know what she was going to do. Because at that point, Sasha was a bigger talent, still a bigger talent than Naomi. So she had options. I don't know Naomi thought she had that many options. She goes to TNA, changes her name to Trinity, which is her real name, becomes a champ over there, which is great because I think away from WWE, it focused her to write her own storylines, develop characters. So it was actually a good thing. Now in the meantime, her husband, Jimmy Uso, he's still over at WWE, and that's the Bloodline storyline started in 2021. And that storyline went for like 3 years. It was almost like the MCU. It starts with Iron Man and ends with Endgame. That's how the Bloodline. So he was doing his own thing. So Naomi was over here. Naomi comes back. And then when it comes back, she was a third wheel. Again, this time to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. With also Bayley around. Even though her and Bayley are tight in real life. So again, just like when it was her, Bayley, and Sasha, Naomi's still the third wheel. Now she's just the third wheel with Bianca and Jade. Jade gets hurt. Bianca and Jade are tag team champs. Jade gets hurt. So they created a storyline was Jade ends up on a car. Somebody threw her on a car, and no one knows what happened. So Jade, they written her off. No one knows who beat up Jade. And then eventually it was revealed that it's Naomi. And the reveal of Naomi to Bianca, because Bianca said, "Tell me the truth. Did you do it?" And then Naomi said, "Yeah, I did it." And then I'm telling you, there's no better promo this year than the reveal of Naomi telling Bianca she's the one that hurt Jade. There was crying. There was everything that Naomi has gone through as a wrestler. What she saw from Sasha creating characters, what she saw from Bayley creating characters, what she saw over with the Usos and the Bloodlines with that story development. Everything, going to TNA, coming back, everything was built up for that moment. To me, that's like one of the greatest moments of 2025 is when Naomi said, "I did it, and this is why. Because I love you, Bianca, and I think we can do this thing together. We don't need Jade." Man, then Jade comes back and kick Bianca, so Naomi's ass. It was so good because it was good for Jade too. It was an excellent storyline. And then Naomi just turned full heel. She turned full heel. And that's where we finally, it's kind of like the origin story of how Naomi became one of the best female wrestlers today. All because Jade Cargill got hurt and they needed to do something. And this was her chance. This was Naomi's chance to create something. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Her as this caution, because she says proceed with caution, is genius. It's genius. But now it's over. For now. It's over for now because she's pregnant. But from a fan standpoint, I hate to see her go. I almost wish that she can kind of still pop up almost like the Joker and terrorize people at home recording stuff, but she's not going to do that. So I'm trying to think like when we're going to see her again. And I'm almost thinking it might not be 2027. It's already late August 2026. Pregnancies are 9 months. So even if you go through a full pregnancy and there's no postpartum or anything like that, everything is fine, healthy baby, everybody's healthy. You still got to gain. She's going to pick up a little bit of weight, so she got to get that weight off. Then she has to get in wrestling shape, and then there's lack of sleep because you got a new baby. And Jimmy, he's still gonna be traveling around, flying around, so he's gonna be in and out. So that life is gonna be on Naomi. So there's a lot on there. So we might see her maybe at the end of 2026. By thinking, just from health standpoint, being a new mommy, getting herself back in shape, getting in wrestler shape, I don't think we're going to see her again till Survivor Series in January or WrestleMania 2027. So we might not see her till Survivor Series 2027 or WrestleMania 2027. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I think that's what's going to happen. So what do you guys think of Baby Uso coming? It's great, man. And if you're a fan of Naomi, how do you feel? Like, how do you think if there's an award to give her at the end of the year, what award would you give? I would give her most improved wrestler. If she got to win something, like because the whole caution thing, the heel turn came out of nowhere, and she's been great at it. And all this happened over the past year. This is not the bloodlines. This is not like a 3-year storyline. All this happened over a year. all happened because Jay got hurt, and that she left for TNA and came back as a better wrestler and a better storyteller. So if there's a award that you would give Naomi, what would it be? And what would you name Baby Uso? what would be a good name for Baby Uso? I guess that makes her Mommy Uso. yeah. Take that Dominic Mysterio mommy thing and make her a Mommy Uso. Mommy Uso. Mommy Uso.